It's Friday, so you know what time it is. Time for another installment of Humans Can Be So, and today we're reading about the man who fell from the sky and lived. The year was 1972, and the place was California. Our story begins like any other normal day. A guy named Nicholas Alchemade, a British-born daredevil who had moved to the US, was preparing to perform a routine skydiving demonstration. He was going to jump from a small aircraft while it was still on the ground. Then, after his jump, the plane would take off and he would deploy his parachute and land safely back on the runway. It was a trick he had performed many times before. But this time, partway down, disaster struck. His main parachute got all twisted up and it just wouldn't open. Quickly, he reached for his reserve chute, but that one didn't work either. Before he knew it, he was plummeting toward the earth from over 3,000 meters up, about 10,000 feet. People watching below screamed in horror, certain that they were about to witness a fatal crash. But just when all hope seemed to be lost, Nicholas hit a very dense patch of pine trees, which slowed his fall. And after that, he landed in a snow-covered slope that further cushioned the impact. Miraculously, he survived, although he did have a few broken bones and some bruises. Newspapers across the US picked up his story, many running with the headline, "The Man Who Fell from the Sky." Experts later calculated that his chances of surviving the fall were 1 in a million. So how did he do it? Well, the trees and the snow helped, sure. But some experts also attribute his survival to the fact that he kept his arms and legs in a tight ball as he fell, protecting his head and making sure that he hit the ground feet first. As for Nicholas himself, he was just happy to be alive. He continued performing as a stuntman for a while, but eventually he hung up his wingsuit. These days, he lives a much quieter life, working as a writer and photographer. But every once in a while, he lines look up in the sky and remember the day that he fell from it and lived to tell the tale. And that, my friends, is the story of the man who fell from the sky and lived. Do you know any obscure history stories you'd like to see turned into an episode of Humans Can Be So? Share your ideas below and cite your sources so we can check them out. Until next time, stay safe and stay curious.